After staring for a while, Ronan realized that the old woman standing in front of him is Professor Secret. Ronan did not understand what happened to her. He asked her about how she became old in the short time he left her. He asked her if she is growing old because of him. Professor Secret smiled when she heard Ronan's questions. She told him that her current situation is not his fault. She asked Ronan if he feels anything different now. Ronan already knew that Professor Secret was an unusual person, but now that he is able to see her mana, he realized that she was more outstanding than he expected. When Professor Secret saw that Ronan was able to see her mana, she realized that her plan worked. Professor Secret and Ronan sat down to discuss about what happened in Ronan's imaginary world. Professor Secret was surprised to hear Ronan's experience. She could not believe that the curse in Ronan was based on an old memory which even Ronan did not know about. She was more surprised to find out that the man who placed a curse on Ronan was his father. Professor Secret asked Ronan about how he knew the man was his father when his appearance was blurry. Ronan told her that he could tell by how his mother and his sister behaved towards the man. More importantly, Ronan felt something odd when the man placed his hands on his family. This feeling was something Ronan had never felt in his life. This feeling was an unfamiliar sorrow. Ronan realized that he became more angry and riled up thanks to this feeling. Ronan wondered if he was feeling the same emotions as the man. Professor Secret asked Ronan if he does not have any memories of his parents. Ronan told her that he does not. What was more odd was the fact that he and his sister had never wondered about why they could not remember their parents. It was as if the memories of their parents was erased from their heads. Professor Secret was shocked to hear this. She realized that Ronan's awareness of his existence was sealed alongside his ability to perceive mana. She told Ronan that his father put a curse on him and messed with his memories as well. In the process of placing the curse, some of his father's memories got transferred to him. She revealed to Ronan that magic spells related to memories occasionally have similar side effects. She told Ronan that his imaginary world was naturally materialized with his memories. She told Ronan that the fact that he could use mana to kill the curse is because it became possible for him to perceive mana, which was a reaction to recovering his disconnected cognition. Upon hearing Professor Secret's explanation, Ronan realized that the shiny strands that he is currently seeing is mana. Professor Secret told him that he is only able to see mana right now, but very soon, he will be able to manipulate it like other students. Of course, this is only possible if Ronan is able to release 2 more curses among the 9 remaining curses cast upon him. Professor Secret told Ronan that it will take some time to remove his curses because all the curses placed on him are of unknown origin and are very powerful. She told Ronan that she will inform him once she is ready to break the curses. She told Ronan to return to his dorm because he has spent an entire day in her office and a new day has begun. Ronan noticed something odd when Professor Secret asked him to leave. Professor Secret had returned back to her youth. Ronan was extremely shocked to see this. He asked Professor Secret if her appearance changes depending on the time of the day. Professor Secret told Ronan that her body also has its own complicated circumstances. Professor Secret knew that the event Ronan witnessed in his imaginary world are a lot for a normal student to bear. She told Ronan to take care of his mind. She advises him to not be tied down by his past because he has more precious days ahead. Ronan was happy to hear Professor Secret's advice. He stood up and gave a bow to his professor. He told her that he will be in her care. The scene shifts and we see a man standing next to the crystal giant underneath the Grand Cappadocia. The man was surprised to see how huge the crystal giant was. He could not believe that a student was able to stop the giant on his own. While the man was staring at the giant, his subordinate, whose name is Dolan, came to greet the man. The man asked Dolan if the restoration of the forge is going well. Dolan told the man that everything is going well. He assured the man that the forge will be operating in a week. Dolan told the man that he was not able to find any additional information about Cyrilla and Edwin. He told the man that he was able to find Ronan's location through the academy. This man is Joseph Ivan de Grancia. He is the head of the Grancia Duchy and a Duke of the Empire. While Joseph was talking to Dolan, the crystal giant came to life. The giant raised its hand and was ready to crush the 2 men. When Joseph noticed this, he asked his boss to move aside. He placed his hand on his sword and told the Duke that he will bring the night troop to fight the giant. Joseph told Dolan to not bother himself. He told Dolan that the knights will be busy. Due to the fact that the 2 men did not make a move, the giant decided to crush them with its fist. The moment its hand got close to the men, Joseph unsheathed his sword and used his aura to cut the giant into pieces. When he was done, he put his sword back and asked Dolan to follow him. With a smile on his face, Joseph told Dolan that they are going to meet the young hero of Philion Academy. At Ronan's hostel, someone knocks on his door very early in the morning. Ronan could not believe that someone came to visit him so early in the morning. When Ronan opened the door, he sees Dolan standing outside. He asked Dolan for his identity. Ronan assumed that Dolan was a salesman. Dolan was annoyed to hear this. He called Ronan a rude bastard. He believed that Ronan was acting arrogant towards him despite knowing who he was due to the way he was dressed. Ronan guessed that Dolan was an official of a noble family. He was not completely certain about Dolan's identity due to how dark Dolan's mana was. Ronan notices that there was something else mixed with Dolan's mana. Ronan did not know what he was looking at, but he was certain that he recognized this thing. While Dolan was staring at Ronan, the Duke comes to warn him. He told Dolan that it is their fault for visiting Ronan without notifying him. Dolan called Joseph Duke and apologized for his behavior. Ronan was surprised to hear that he was in the presence of the Duke. Joseph apologized to Ronan for Dolan's behavior. With a smile on his face, he asked Ronan if he could spare him some of his time. The Duke stepped into Ronan's room and gave him a box. The box contained a sheath for Ronan's sword. Ronan was surprised to see this. He asked the Duke about why he brought the sheath himself. Joseph told Ronan that the blacksmiths in Doron begged him to bring it. Joseph thanked Ronan for saving the Grand Cappadocia. He told Ronan that the House of Grancia and the Grand Cappadocia have been comrades for a long time. He told Ronan that his sword, whose name is Fail Lord, was created by Doron. Joseph put his hand into his jacket and brought out something. He told Ronan that he wants to give it to him as a gift. Ronan was extremely shocked to see what Joseph wanted to give him. Joseph gave Ronan the Grancia Crest of Proof, which has the seal of the family head. Ronan could not believe that Joseph wanted to give him something so precious. This Crest of Proof can buy 3 villages. Joseph told Ronan that he has to treat their savior well so that the honor of the Grancia lives. He told Ronan that his men have also delivered the blacksmith's gifts and Crest of Proof to both Maria and Asel. Ronan could already imagine how Asel and Maria would be behaving right now. After giving Ronan his gift, Joseph asked Ronan to tell him everything about the person behind the incident. With a serious look on his face, Joseph told Ronan that he is very interested in knowing Edwin and Cyrilla. Immediately Joseph said this. Ronan saw a very bright light. Ronan was shocked to see the horrifying mana of the Duke who leads the Grancia family. Ronan told Joseph that Cyrilla and Edwin are crazy bastards. Dolan was annoyed to hear this. Ronan told Joseph that Cyrilla and Edwin are fast and very annoying. While he was talking, Ronan noticed an odd energy in the air. When he looked up, he noticed that Dolan was the one releasing this energy. Ronan was surprised to see this because Dolan had not moved an inch since he stepped into his room, but he started making a reaction the moment Ronan talked about Edwin and Cyrilla. While thinking, Ronan realized that Dolan gives off the same dirty feeling as Edwin and Cyrilla. The Duke asked Ronan about what was wrong with him. He asked Ronan about why he stopped talking. Ronan was surprised to hear this question. He did not understand why the Duke was not talking about the mana which Dolan is exuding. The Duke asked Ronan if he is feeling uncomfortable. Ronan was shocked to hear this question. He knew that Duke Grancia is highly renowned as a strong person in the continent, and yet he was not able to see the mana. Ronan quickly realized that he is the only person that can see this unique mana. He asked the Duke if he has heard about the arrival of the stars. Immediately Ronan asked this question. Dolan's expression changed. Upon seeing Dolan's expression, Ronan decided to throw a bait at Dolan. He told the Duke about Nebula Clagier and their purpose. The Duke was very shocked to hear this. He could not believe that such an organization exists on the continent. Joseph asked Ronan if he obtained all the information by himself. Ronan told Joseph that Cyrilla and Edwin spilled the truth after he cut off their limbs. With a devious look on his face, Ronan told Joseph that he enjoyed seeing Edwin and Cyrilla beg for their lives. Ronan wanted to say more, but the Duke stopped him. He told Ronan that he will confirm the rest of the information from the official document of Rodel in prison. He told Ronan that he cannot hear more about the incident because he will lose his appetite. Ronan accepted the Duke's wish. After talking to the Duke, Ronan confirmed his suspicion about Dolan. Ronan realized that Dolan has not been able to control himself at all. Ronan could not believe that the Nebula Clagier was hiding even among the Grancia family. He realized that he needed an emergency measure. Joseph told Ronan that he wants to leave. Before Joseph left, Ronan told him that there is something important that he needs to know about Nebula Clagier. Joseph asked Ronan to tell him. Ronan smiled and told Joseph that it will take a long time for him to explain. He told Joseph that he will organize it in the night and send it to him by mail. He assured Joseph that he will be really amused with the package. With a devious smile on his face, Ronan told Joseph that the package will be interesting, especially because it talks about Ahiyuti. Dolan was shocked to hear this. Later in the night, we see Ronan sleeping. Dolan breaks into Ronan's room and tries to assassinate Ronan. When Dolan hit Ronan's neck with his sword, he noticed that he hit some rocks instead of Ronan's neck. He was surprised to see that Ronan was not on the bed. Ronan was on the ceiling of his room. He called Dolan Rat Bastard number 3 and welcomed him to his room. Dolan was surprised to see that Ronan expected him to come. He turned around and asked Ronan about how he knew about his intentions. Ronan jumped down from the ceiling and told Dolan to turn around. When Dolan turned, he sees someone watching them. Ronan told Dolan that this person is a special guest he invited just for him. Dolan was extremely shocked to see this person. The person turns out to be Dolan's young master Shelafin, with a horrifying look on his face. Shelafin told Dolan to explain the situation to him. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 14 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.